What a game. What up, gang? It's Mang. I'm back on Arena with a new standard brew video for you guys today. Let's talk about beating Cori-Steel Cutter on the Arena ladder and more in this video. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at my Gruul Dragon deck, starting with the 1-drop slot. We are running not a playset of Burst Lightning, but 3 copies. This helps us deal with early threats, keep us alive into the mid to late game. 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. Every green deck loves ramping into a quality 3-drop. We have a few hits here on turn 3. So ideally, we go Llanowar Elves into the Omen half of Bloomvine Regent. We're able to search for 2 forests, put 1 in the hand, 1 into play. Helps us ramp, gets us to the next land drop. Similarly, we have 3 copies of Lumbering Worldwagon from Aether Drift. So this is a vehicle that rampant growths you, provides a very big threat, able to trade it, crew it, going into combat, help you get some 2-for-1 value with your ramp. So Scrap Shooter is a 4/4 with reach where you can gift your opponent a card, meaning you give them a random card, so they do get to draw, but when this enters, we get to destroy target artifact or enchantment. So Cori-Steel Cutter can go bye-bye. We'll give them hopefully a top deck land in the best case scenario, but as long as the cutter is gone, we have a fighting chance, and Scrap Shooter may just be what the doc. We have 2 copies of Abrade in the 2-drop slot. Very good removal spell, quality artifact removal, gotta have it. 2 copies of Draconics Engineer. Notably, this is not a dragon. So, if we are looking to synergize with Sarkhan at the 2-drop spot here, we will not get the treasure, we will not grow Sarkhan off the Draconics Engineer unless we use the second exhaust ability here. So we can create a 4/4 red Dino Dragon with flying, and then for 1 red you can exhaust and give your creatures haste. That really is the benefit of this card. You can play this card late, play one of your big creatures and haste them in, and get a bunch of damage in. Cori Cutter has a tough time getting through our big bodies on the board, so we want to play as many as we can. Another Tarkir card makes the cut here with 2 copies of Herd Heirloom. This is ramp for creature spells, add 1 mana of any color. And then this artifact also gives you some card draw in the fashion of you're able to tap this, give a power 4 or greater creature the ability to draw you a card when it connects with your opponent. One of my favorite cards in the deck though is the playset of Magmatic Hellkite. No one's running basic lands anymore. Everyone's running dual lands, verges, fast lands. So being able to sneak this into play on turn 3, at any point in the game really, you can actually landlock your opponent. Because when Magmatic Hellkite comes in, it destroys a non-basic land that your opponent controls, and then they get to go dig up a land of choice, but it comes in tapped with a stun counter, which is really important because that sets them off about half a turn. They wanted to double spell, for example, with the cutter deck. They can't do that anymore. You can set, Orzhov Pixie back a turn. There's a lot of good things going here with the Hellkite, and the double red pip's the only tough part here. So we also can run into trouble with our mana base. You gotta be careful with what hands you keep, because you want to be able to play this Hellkite on turn 3 if you can. Almost done here. We have 2 copies of Bonehorde Dracosaur. This is in my Pantlaza Velociraptor deck that I've upgraded. I've made videos on that one in the past, but love this card. 5/5 flying first strike. If this sticks to the board somehow, and you're playing this on turn 3 or 4, your opponent's in trouble. They have to change. They have to stop what they're doing, kill this in the first place. But if this survives to your upkeep, exile top 2 cards of your library, you're either getting a 3/1 Dino, or you're creating a treasure token, which ramps you into more disgusting spells. So we love the Dracosaur. And then 3 copies of Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. This is from Bloomburrow, this legendary bird dragon. This is giving you a lot of fuel to the fire. You add more cards, you exile cards up top of your library. If you don't play them, you deal that much damage to your opponent. For power 4 or greater creatures, which we have a lot of in this deck. You can even crew the Worldwagon to count towards the Dragonhawk Tempest in the late game. Scrap Shooter's 4 power. Sarkhan can get to 4 power. We make a 4/4 dragon. Like you see the theme here. Dragonhawk Tempest is going to burn our opponent out. We can even hit for 6-8 damage. Granted, we hasted in with the Draconics Engineer. You can get 2 triggers in 1 turn. And then Trumpeting Carnosaur. This is a really good card actually. It's removal for 3 mana if you want to discard it and deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, which is actually ideal because sometimes your opponent holds up counter magic. This actually gets around it, and if you're able to slap this down late game, you're playing a lot of good spells. You're probably hitting one of your 5-drops or a Hellkite, and you're off and running. So very good late game. Mana base, all the fast lands in Gruul. Can't really beat these, so 16 lands there, 7 forests, 3 mountains. You're running the forest for the Bloomvine Regent to go dig those up, and then 2 copies of the new land, the rare one from Tarkir, Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. So in the real late game, if we're top decking this, we can actually sacrifice it and go find one of the many dragons in our deck, and we have 13 of them. We're kind of a mid-rangey, beat-down deck. Cori-Cutter has a tough time getting through our big creatures if we can stick them early. And then we're providing a lot of trample and flying damage late with some burn. I've been having good results with it. This is the first iteration of this deck. I'm going to be making some upgrades and changes to it, but deck list will be in the description. Try it out for yourselves. Let me know what you think. I think this has some legs. I'm excited to test it out more. But let's talk about the sideboard. We're playing Gruul, so we have some access to some pretty good enchantment removal. 2 copies of Paw Patch Formation. Destroy target creature with flying. So those are for, you know, Archfiends of the Dross, big demons from Unholy Annex. You're able to destroy enchantments. You even draw a card to get a food as a nice little cop-out. 2 copies of Pyroclasm. You're playing this against Pixie. You're playing this against, you know, go wide tokens, cheap stuff. Gotta have 2 copies there. 2 copies of Ghost Vacuum. This is our answer to Oculus and all the combo recursion decks out there. Another 4-power creature we're adding here, 2 copies of Sirach, Elusive Hunter. This will draw us cards, but a 4/3 Trampler for 3. Does a lot of good things that we want with the 4-power. There's that other copy of Witchstalker Frenzy. We have 2 copies of Obstinate Baloth in the sideboard here. This is a 4-mana 4/4 that you can play for free if your opponent makes you discard. So we're playing this against Pixie, against the Nightmare decks, against anything with discard really. The Baloth is going to come in and just provide value. So it punishes our opponent for playing that. 2 copies of Vivian Reed if we are facing control and we have a really grindy matchup. Vivian helps you find cards off the top of your library. A lot of creatures in our deck. We can also use the -3 ability to destroy a flying creature, artifact, enchantment. So large flyers Vivian will deal with too. And then another fun one here, 2 copies of Season of Gathering. This card is hardly ever in sideboards, but we're able to do this to draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. So potentially drawing 5 cards, potentially destroying all artifacts on the battlefield, or putting counters on our creatures and giving them, you know, vigilance and trample. So all 3 modes pretty relevant in the late game. This is a very good card to top deck. That's all I got. That's the deck tech here. I'm gonna get into the matches. Like I said, deck will be in the description. I'm gonna play 3 of them here, best of 3s. See how we do on the video here, and let me know what you want to see from me next, but I'll see you in match 1. Okay, match number 1. We have a turn 1 land War Elves. If we hit any land, we're off and running with the World Wagon. So I'm going to try it on the draw. And we got rewarded. Alright, let's get the World Wagon out. A little loud for me. We want red. You usually want to go dig up a mountain when you get any of these land search cards. Mainly because we can only tap for green with our elves. Okay, I think we just play Dragonhawk. You get in. Pretty good start. Alright. Opponent is running the Oculus deck, so this is perfect for our Ghost Vacuums. Don't think we need a Braids. On the draw, I mean, I suppose Paw Patch wouldn't hurt. I don't know if I want to mess up our curve, though. Yeah, maybe we don't need it. We'll play 1 and we'll cut one of the Dragonhawks late game. Alright, this hand's pretty bad, but we do have some plays. I'm going to keep the elf and hope we draw something. Yep, there's the torch. Double torch? No. This matchup's not too bad for us because we don't really care if he sticks the Oculus all that much. It's not like the worst thing ever. We'll just hold up exhaust slash this and then. Little greedy. I didn't want him getting the value off profs. He's got 2 Oculus in the graveyard now. So if he spends his whole turn getting the Oculus on, we're going to get value too. This should be recommission, helping hand. Oh, okay. Sure. I'm not sure if that was the best play, because we can't swing with this just yet. Yeah. Tersa, yeah. Tersa's good. This is the 3rd proft already. I'm gonna stick this. Give it haste. Oh, gift a card. Okay, we should be able to burn him out with Dragonhawk. Like, our stuff's just as big and bad as Oculus. Ah, that was best possible. That's crazy. Swinging, okay. Probably double blocks. this life gain is bad. Four. I can go get a Hellkite or a Regent. I actually do want to do this. So I can get a Dragonhawk. Maybe Bone Horde. Oh, 3 eyeballs. I think oh man, and yeah. Okay. Well. I don't think this works like he thinks it does. Yeah, we gain a life. Oh, no more lives yet. We're at 1. I think he just messed up. Oh, he gets a blocker, yeah. Yeah, I think we just win. We wait to see how he blocks, and we give it trample. Yeah. Okay. What a game. We threw away our engineer. I think we threw that game away. We'll take it. Okay, game number 2. This hand looks pretty good. I'm never going to throw back a turn 1 elf. Yeah, so we'll keep. We'll go Regent on 2. Alright, here we go. Here's our Is It Prowess deck. Mm-hmm. It might have been right to do the wagon, because then the Regent actually gains us life. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that was probably a good point. Would have gained three life. Doesn't have a second spell. Wow. Now I just want to play this. Like, you have to into the Flood Maw this now. Drake Catcher, yeah. So this deck's nice though, because like people really don't know how to play around it. Okay. Let's say we do this. Hold. Play this. Turn off a land. And say go. I'm gonna kill this otter now. Yeah, blowing up the reef is so good because it just keeps him off. Ideally double spelling, but our stuff's so big. Like, this is an overstatted dragon. He's got to find a way to get through now. There we go. We want the braids, we want the scrap shooters. Could cut one of these. Like, our expensive stuff could go, maybe. Run a couple pyroclasms. I like that. Hand is decent. We draw a land, we probably lose. But we do have burst, a braid, and we should keep him off pace early. Okay, he's digging. No, I'm gonna let him get in. Taking 2 damage. It's not the end of the world. He's probably gonna stock up and find one of the cutters. There's a decent chance he did. We'll take our 2. Engineer's cool. Go wagon. Stock up. Number 2. He's digging. Three, 4, 5. We blow up the Verge, because this can actually ping him if he needs the color. Little points of damage here and there. Could swing. I think we are. Probably should be getting mountains with these. Three, 4, 5, 6. There's the cutter. Wow, that was really good for him. Six. Wagon. If I swing 8, he just chumps. So we just wait. I think he's gonna go wide enough here. We needed this to be a creature, not a vehicle. Yeah, we lose to 1 monstrous rage now. So it probably has it. Yep. Okay. Close. I don't think we need a frenzy. I would rather just run 4-3, I guess. Okay, this hand looks good. We can go Elf into Sirach or Scrap Shooter. This is the card that shines in this matchup here. You blow up 1 cutter, you're feeling really good. Oh, he should have done that in response. Yeah. There's the cutter. So we're gonna let him get 1 in. There's no guarantee he can double spell either, and this just helps us hit our land drops. Because the next turn we can do cutter or Scrap Shooter Braid if we need to. We're gonna play around Spell Pierce. Oh, that was a big mistake. Yeah, defensive monstrous rage. That's no good. Yeah, we should be in the clear here now. I think we just jam Dragonhawk, hit for 1,000,000. Yeah, GG. GG. There we go. 2-0. Okay. Match number 3. I'm not going to throw it back because we have our mana. But no turn 1 play. Okay. Here comes another Cori Cutter deck. This is the reason I made this video. So we can beat these decks. So you love to see that. Sarkhan gives us treasure off the Hellkite, which we will now blow up the canal next turn. I'm not going to burn our treasure here because I really want to get this online. Yeah, this is probably burst. Yeah. So that'll keep him on 2 mana. Assuming he has a land, yeah. I mean, this is Monstrous Rage, right? Make him have it? Or race? Let's just race. Yeah. Yeah, we can outrace him. Hoping Burst Lightning can get something here. This is risky. Maybe we try it. Yeah, he's got it. That's okay though, he can't overlap the monsters token. So like, we're gonna take 9 here. Maybe one more. Okay. Take 11. Unfortunately, I think we gotta make sure these things die. He could double spell, but I gotta put the pressure on. Okay, so he's trying to find it. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, into the Flood Maw is the only way we lose that game. I think that's how I like sideboarding here. Whew. One land and some elves. We'll take it. Looks like opponent mulliganed. If he's got Burst Lightning or Torch in the opener, then we're in trouble. Most of 5. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, monstrous. There's an argument to be had to just kill this now. I think that is right. Alright. He's seen enough. Knows his only creature. Good stuff. That's a quick little rank up, quick little 3-0. Alright, ladies and germs, that is going to do it for this video. Let's get one more look at the deck here. Like I said, deck will be in the description on my Mox field. Check it out, download it, play some games with it, make some changes, and let me know in the comments what you think. What are you playing to beat Cori Cutter? This is kind of my answer right now, and it might be Scrap Shooter. I think this card is really slept on. The 4/4 reach body is really good and relevant too. Opponent has to deal with it. We could do a lot worse for 3 mana. It's probably my favorite turn 3 play here. But we get into our big stuff. The Hellkite keeps him off pace. Bonehorde Dracosaur is a wall and a half, and we're kind of going wide enough to deal with the Cutter tokens. So I'm digging it. Regent gains us life for our dragons. We can go tutor up a dragon with some of our utility lands. Like, a lot of good stuff here. Sideboard. We didn't do a whole lot. I kind of showed you how I sideboard against Cutter with the Pyroclasms and the Siracs over your 5-drops. When you're on the draw, you kind of want to go a little less rampy, a little more consistent. So just keep that in mind when you're playing it. If you enjoy these standard videos, let me know in the comments. I see all the comments, all the likes. It really helps out the channel. We are shooting for 1,600 subscribers this month, and I will be doing a live stream of Early Access Final Fantasy on June 4th. So that's Wednesday night, I believe. Be on the lookout for that. I'll be live streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. But that's all I got. I'm going to go outside. It's a beautiful day. You guys have a good rest of your Monday, and let's have a good week here. Good luck against Cori Cutter. Peace.